Lueroi's Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Walkthrough, Part 11. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Dewford Gym, and we are just moments away from taking on the second gym leader, Brawly, the fighting type master. But before we do that, let's go ahead and give out the viewer shout out of the day, and it's going to go to Manuel Lopez, because he was the first one to know that Bulbasaur from Pokemon Brown was the first grass type I ever used in a walkthrough. And since today is my 8-year anniversary for joining YouTube, go ahead and tell me what was the actual first date that I uploaded a video on YouTube, and I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So with all that said, let's go ahead and talk to him, and check this out. He's got like treadmills and stationary bikes and all this exercise equipment. I'm Brawly, Dewford's gym leader. Nice to meet you, Brawly. Can I get a membership to your little home gym right here? So yeah, blah blah blah. He's been using Dewford as his training grounds, and he's been using all this equipment in the gym. Oh, so that's the secret to getting your Pokemon strong. You just throw them on a treadmill and make them run all day long. So you want to challenge me, he says. Let me see what you're made of. Whoa, and he's just gonna punch his knuckles together and give me a nice fighting stance. So this is Brawly, the fighting type gym leader here in the Hoenn region. And a lot of people do have a pretty tough time with Brawly, but I think I have a pretty good strategy planned out here. He's going to start off with his Machop, which is a pure fighting type, so it's weak to flying, psychic, and fairy types. I don't have any of those, so I'm going to go with Torchic. This Machop knows Bulk Up, that's his signature move. Bulk Up is really annoying because it boosts up his attack and defense, so if he gets a couple of those off, he's going to be in pure sweeping mode. He also knows Karate Chop, which is going to be his main attacking move. He also has Seismic Toss and Leer, so Karate Chop's pretty much the only thing you have to look out for. Now, what I'm going to do this Machop is use Echoed Voice. Echoed Voice is the TM we got right outside the Petalburg Woods, and this would be my -- recommendation if you do not have a flying or psychic type, is to use Echoed Voice. A lot of Pokemon can learn this move. Fighting types don't particularly have good special defense, so it's a really good option. And every time you use Echoed Voice, it's going to get more powerful. I've been using it in the last couple of videos if you guys have been paying attention, and as you can see, it's already putting a ton of damage on him. He's going to go with another Bulk Up, so now his attack and defense are doubled, but since this Echoed Voice is going and it's so powerful, I really don't have to worry about it at all, since I am faster than the Machop. Now, he is going to use a Super Potion. He has one of those at his disposal, and that can be like a huge pain if you used Bulk Up a bunch, because it might be really hard to put that damage back on him, so really I would focus with the special attacking moves when taking on Brawly. And without a doubt, one more Echoed Voice is going to just completely annihilate this Machop, so he's going to go down, and that's going to leave his last Pokemon, and at this point, my Echoed Voice is so powerful, I think it's basically game over. So Popeye is going to get up to level 15, and his last Pokemon is Makuhita, another pure fighting type. Now, luckily in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they actually lowered the levels a tiny little bit for Brawly's team, so they're not quite as powerful as the old games, but he still knows the same moves. He has Bulk Up, Arm Thrust, Knock Off, and Sand Attack. So yeah, Arm Thrust really isn't that powerful of a move, and neither is Knock Off, so the only way this thing's really going to cause you any trouble is if it uses Bulk Up a lot, or if it uses Sand Attack on you numerous times. Luckily, I'm faster than him. Makuhita typically can take a lot of hits in battle because it has a lot of HP, but there's no way it's going to take that Echoed Voice, and I just made this guy look like a complete idiot. Like, seriously, I went through the entire gym without taking a single bit of damage from any of my Pokemon. I didn't even have to go to the Pokemon Center. That was crazy. I was actually thinking Brawly might give me some trouble, but yeah, Echoed Voice, I'm telling you guys, that is the perfect way to take this guy out. So we're easily going to get our second gym badge, and there she is, and we're 1/4 of the way done with collecting gym badges. And it's the Knuckle Badge, which is pretty fitting for a fighting-type gym, so now all traded Pokemon up to level 30 will obey us. And as a reward, we're going to get one of my favorite TMs in the game. It's TM08 for Bulk Up. Yeah, it's the same TM that Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire used. Get your muscles raging strong for battle. Yeah, I like Bulk Up. I can't use it on any of my Pokemon yet, but once Torchic gets up a level and evolves into Combuskin, I'll definitely teach him Bulk Up. boosts your attack and defense 1 level. I think it's one of the better setup moves in the game, so yeah, teach Bulk Up to any of your Pokemon if they are physical attackers and can learn it. Alright, so that's it for Brawly. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, and he's going to mention the Granite Cave. Let's not forget that we still have to deliver that letter to Steven in the Granite Cave, which is on the north end of town. And in this game, they require you to defeat Brawly before you can go find Steven in the cave. Whereas in the older games, you could actually skip Brawly altogether and come back like, 20 levels later and completely annihilate the gym. But yeah, they kind of fixed that little problem this time. There we go. We are certified trainers here in the Dewford Gym, and whoa, it turned too bright in here. Your future is bright too. Thanks a lot, pal. Yeah, that guy will keep following me around every gym, and we actually have a long ways until the 3rd gym comes around. It's not nearly going to be as short as, Roxanne to Brawly's gym, so we got some work to do before we see that fella again. But yeah, this is the north side of Dewford, and it's where the Granite Cave is. I kind of put this off until after the gym fights. I will spray some repels. There are 4 brand new Pokemon that you can catch here in the Granite Cave, and they're all actually great options. My favorite one, my personal favorite, is Makuhita, which of course is the fighting type that Brawly was using. It evolves really early on and just overall super bulky, powerful fighting type Pokemon. You can also catch Abra in here, and if you're willing to train him up to 16 to get a Kadabra, you're going to have one of the better psychic types in the game. Alakazam also gets a Mega Evolution, making him, completely insane in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. You can also catch Zubat, which is one of the more underrated flying types, in my opinion. He actually helps a lot in Brawly's gym. And lastly, there's Geodude. You guys know how Geodude works. I've used one in the past. Really good defensive Pokemon with a lot of offensive power as well. This hiker guy right here is going to give you the TM for Flash. Back in the day, Flash was an HM, back in like red and blue and stuff, but now it's just a TM. You don't need it to get through dark caves, but it kind of helps. It also lowers the opponent's accuracy. Yeah, notice this right here. In Ruby and Sapphire, you could actually walk up here and explore deeper parts of the cave, but in Alpha Sapphire, you need to come back with the Mach Bike to fully explore the Granite Cave. So all we can really do now is go inside this little tunnel. But that's okay, because this is actually where we're going to find Steven. Yeah, they make it way easier to find Steven in this game. You used to have to go through like multiple levels of the cave and loop all around in the dark areas, but now he's just right in this back room, and he's checking out some crazy artwork on the wall. Yeah, I wonder what that could be. Definitely some stuff involving legendary Pokemon, and Steven's just kind of sitting there pondering, wondering what it's all about. Yeah, this is the first time that we see Steven in the game. He's a reoccurring character, pretty important, so, yeah, let's see what he's got to say. So in the ancient world, their primal forms once held this much power. The super ancient Pokemon, what terrible strength. Dun dun dun! But this appearance here, it seems somehow different from Mega Evolutions. It seems my questions will not be answered today. So yeah, something about primal forms, Mega Evolutions, legendaries, a lot of questions, but very few answers. It's all stuff that plays out later in the game, but yeah, this is Steven. He's going to meet us, and he tells us he's interested in all these rare stones, and he likes to travel around. But what about you? Oh yeah, that's right, I got a letter for you. Here it is in my backpack. So yeah, Lueroi gave Steven the letter he has been entrusted with. Yeah, there we go. Why, thank you. Yeah, definitely was a lot of trouble to track you down. I had to go overseas to a new island and beat a gym leader and go through this cave. So as thanks, he's going to give me TM51 Steel Wing, which happens to be his favorite move. Not a lot of Pokemon can learn Steel Wing, but if you have like a Tailo, for instance, he can learn Steel Wing. Most flying types can. It's a decently powerful steel type move, so yeah, you might not be able to make use of it, but go ahead and teach it to one of your flying types if you have one. So yeah, he's still staring up at this wall here, trying to figure out what this whole primal world thing's all about, with all the legendaries and whatnots, but yeah, it's just some ancient artwork. It's nothing that we have to be concerned with right now. Just kind of some foreshadowing for later on in the game, you know? And he says, looking at you all together, I think that you have what it takes to become a Pokemon League champion. And wow, that's quite the assumption to make for just like meeting me for, 30 seconds. He kind of just checks me out like, yeah, you look like you could be the Pokemon League champion. You look like you could be the greatest of all time. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, man. I didn't even show him my Pokemon or anything, but he thinks I have what it takes to be the best trainer in Hoenn. Yeah, he's gonna leave, so whatever. We delivered the letter to him. We'll never know what the letter actually says, but yeah, that's it. Now, in Ruby and Sapphire, you could catch the Pokemon Aaron in Steven's room. Let me spray another repel. Unfortunately, in this game, you cannot catch Aaron. You need to get the Mach Bike in Mauville and come back, which really sucks because I'm a big fan of Aaron, the Rock and Steel type. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, they make you wait even longer in the game to get one. So, boo-hoo, no Aaron for us. We can come back here later, though. And you can also catch Sableye and Alpha Sapphire and Mawile and Omega Ruby once you get that Mach Bike. But for now, we've done everything we can in Dewford, so let's go back to Mr. Bryony and see what he's got to say. Oh ho, it looks as though you delivered your chit good and proper. That's right, I delivered my chit good and proper. Yeah, who talks like that? Who says chits instead of like a short note or whatever? But that reminds him. He has a message from President Stone, and he has another favor to ask. Dude, I just finished delivering this note for you, and now you already have another favor for me. And it's about them Devon parts I recovered from before. Oh, the Devon parts. Seems as though I need to bring them to a man named Stern at the Slateport's shipyard. You know, why do I even have the Devon parts still? I thought this guy was going to take them back once I went to his building or whatever, but yeah, I guess we still have the Devon parts, and we need to deliver them to this guy named Stern. So I guess we're heading to Route 109 near Slateport City, and that's going to be our next destination. So anchors away, we're getting back on the boat, and we're going to see what's happening over here in Slateport. Yeah, back on the water once again. So yeah, luckily we don't need to surf through these routes yet because they're pretty long and tedious. Instead, we're just going to get straight to Slateport. Yeah, we made land, and I guess we're not technically in Slateport yet. There's a short route on the beach here, but yeah, this looks like a perfect stopping point. So next time, guys, we're going to check out what's happening on the beach and hopefully make our way to Slateport City so we can find Stern because, you know, we've got to take care of one more job for President Stone. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Stay tuned for more.